Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews. I am your host Boise and this is NXT Review. So we've got a packed episode, we have returns, we have big announcements, so let's get on with it. Hit the music. So we kicked off the show with Matt Riddle and he's taking on Punishment Martinez. This is Martinez, he's just signed, he's a bit of a name on the independent scene and this is his NXT debut and I think this was a decent match. I was kind of worried at first thinking, oh, they're gonna use him as just a jobber to Matt Riddle, but no, both men had a fantastic match. This really put Martinez into a great light for anyone who hasn't seen him perform before, and just really the fans were behind both men. This was great to see, especially someone who's just debuting, not big scene like Matt Riddle or, you know, other big names coming in. He kind of had a basic role, but the fans just straight out started chanting for him, which is awesome. Both men really got out, and then Matt Riddle got Punishment to tap out, which was a bit of a surprise because I thought this would go a little bit longer, but no, he did tap out in the end. And I discovered something I didn't know before the match, but Punishment and Matt Riddle had tagged before. I did not know that before they joined NXT, so that was quite interesting. Riddle, obviously the King of Bros, celebrating his another victory in NXT before he was blindsided by none other than Cassius Ohno, who still isn't finished with Matt Riddle. Obviously he had that big defeat at TakeOver War Games where he lost in like 6 seconds. He still wants revenge for that, which is understandable. But yeah, really good match and still continuing a feud between Matt Riddle and Cassius Ohno, so we can see a long endurance match I hope to see soon. So for me, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I think both men really outperformed, and it was great to see Punishment just, you know, having a great entry, you know, great atmosphere for his entrance. So yeah, loved it. Brilliant. Next up we had a tag team match where we saw the Forgotten Sons taking on Raul, Mendoza and Humberto Carrillo. I was kind of happy to see Mendoza and Carrillo still tagging. I really like the high fly moves that they brought on in the previous matches we've seen them together, and I thought, oh, I was kind of worried that they would be a one and off kind of match, but no, they're still tagging, which is great. The high flying, I hope they start really get NXT, just a little bit of advice. These guys are really good at tagging. You know, Carrillo and Mendoza. Use them, trust me. The fans were really behind it. Forgotten Sons did get a victory. They've kind of lost a step recently, have the Forgotten Sons, so it was a much needed victory for them. But yeah, both teams really performed really well. I think this was a good tag team match. The high fly moves of Mendoza and Carrillo was on show, which is awesome, and the hard hitting grind type of battle weary Forgotten Son type of strategy did work as well. So I enjoyed both of this. I'm going to give this match a 6 out of 10. Not the best tag team match in the world, but it really does add character to both teams, and the team who desperately needs it the most got the victory. So yeah. Next up we had Shayna Baszler versus the captain of Team Kick, Dakota Kai. My God, Dakota Kai is good. I think I'm falling in love with this woman. I honestly do. I think I'm falling in love with her more and more. Her selling is fantastic. Her in-ring ability is brilliant. And you know what? I was kind of wary when I saw this match coming up next. I was like, oh, you know, Shayna's got her buddies there. Dakota's got no one. I thought I was gonna see something which you know, in your head you go, Dakota's gonna almost win this, and then Shayna's friends are gonna get involved, and that's gonna cost a match. We didn't get that. We actually got a good competitive match. Shayna's friends did not get involved at all, which was good. But yeah, Shayna's selling's got much better recently. Dakota Kai was ruthless, her selling to the arm injury, which Shayna worked at the start and at the end, which came into effect. But yeah, it was a great match. The only downfall is now that's 3 times now Shayna Baszler and Dakota Kai have fought, and Shayna Baszler's come out on top every time now. So I was kind of hoping we wouldn't see these two until like Shayna's about to go to the main roster, and where Dakota does finally defeat the woman who's kind of plagued her from her NXT time. So I was kind of hoping we see that, but we didn't. Shayna did get the victory again, but it was a hard fought match, and I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It's brilliant. The selling was fantastic. The storytelling all the way through the match was well put together by both women. After the match, Shayna Baszler and her group started beating the crap out of Dakota Kai. Io Shirai came out to do the save, which was awesome. Kairi said, not there unfortunately. I thought she would turn up to help out, but Dakota Kai was about to use the boot to face again on Shayna Baszler after Io Shirai helped her out, but no, Shayna's friends got involved again and saved the NXT Women's Champion. Like I said, this is an 8 out of 10 match. It was well put together, great storytelling. It's building up the feud between Kairi Sane, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai taking on Shayna Baszler and her group. I think this is well put together, great storytelling at its best. Last but not least, we had the NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa return to NXT. He hasn't been back since TakeOver War Games, and he had that brilliant vicious match against Velveteen Dream, and that was a brilliant match. And Tommaso Ciampa comes out and he cuts a brilliant heel promo. I was very wary at first when Tommaso Ciampa was given the title, not given the title, but when he won the title, I thought, oh, is it too early for him? And I've been glad to be proven wrong, because he has been absolutely entertaining holding this title. He's from his backstage promos to his own video recording, like the Shield kind of stuff, where he has the camera to himself and he just rants on, to this where he's in the middle of a ring. He tells Marlo, you didn't think I could do it, none of you thought I could do it, I'm the best sports entertainer of all time, and all this lot, and I thought this was really great. He was interrupted by the former NXT champion Aleister Black, where Aleister Black says, I forgave Johnny Gargano after our match. I revived, I absorbed all his sins, and now I'm coming for you, because you are the sinner. You're the one who put the sins in Johnny's head, and now I'm going to take it. I'm going to go for my title, and I'm going to get the rematch I deserve. Tommaso Ciampa obviously looking shocked. Johnny Gargano comes out of nowhere after this, also saying, I'm not finished with you, Aleister. And this was, again, really great performances from all 3 men in this promo. Johnny Gargano working on saying, you might have absorbed my sins, but I am still wanting to take you on. And Tommaso Ciampa says, I love it when you leave Johnny wrestling in the back and you come out as Johnny Badass, and everyone's like chanting Johnny Badass. That was pretty damn awesome. Both men, and Tommaso Ciampa again manipulating both men, saying, well, I just think you both should have been in the steel cage more than anyone else. And that's when Aleister Black and Johnny Gargano agreed to have a steel cage match. Could not wait to see that. That is going to be bloody brilliant. We rarely get to see gimmick matches like this in NXT, and when they are done, they are brilliant. AKA look at Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. That was a brilliant match for the NXT title, and I think Aleister Black and Johnny Gargano can go one step further. Obviously, this is working towards big storylines, and I'm glad everything is going in the right direction. They both agree. Johnny Gargano gets out of the ring before Aleister Black can hit him with a Black Fade. He hits Tommaso Ciampa with it, and that is pretty much it for this segment. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I think the whole segment worked together perfectly, and I think all 3 men were just on top for this. It was like the main event for the whole show. But yeah, I absolutely enjoyed it. And there you go, guys. That was NXT for this week. much better show this week. You can tell everything's kind of moving on now to new stories and continuing rivalries, and I think that's what NXT needed. So I'm going to give this week's episode of NXT, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think the last two bits, the last match, the Shayna Baszler and Dakota Kai match, was absolutely brilliant. I think the promo work between all three men, Tommaso Ciampa, Aleister Black and Johnny Gargano, was brilliant. I think Matt Riddle and Punishment was brilliant. And, you know, the tag team match was good as well. So, no real complaints. We also had backstage interviews with the Undisputed Era where Bobby Fish talks about EC3, which was great. And we also had Velveteen Dream cut a brilliant Velveteen Dream promo. So, altogether, yeah, an 8 out of 10 episode, really. But what was your favourite bit of this week's episode? Leave it in the comments below, guys. If you do like our videos, please like, subscribe and press the bell to keep notified. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews.